He's the new American hero, the pilot of the U.S. Airways jet who flawlessly landed his plane in the Hudson River. Chesley Sullenberger, known as Sully, is being hailed the hero of the Hudson in front-page headlines. Tribute pages popped up overnight on Facebook with thousands of messages of admiration, and President Bush also hailed his heroism.
We are very grateful that everyone is off the airplane safely, and that was really what my husband asked to convey to everyone. And of course, we are very proud of Dad.
His wife Lori's voice cracked as she spoke of the drama. She's a fitness expert on a San Francisco TV station, and they have 2 young daughters.
My husband has said over the years that it's highly unlikely for any pilot to ever have an incident in his career, let alone something like this.
57-year-old Sully's heroism didn't end with bringing down the plane safely. He was the last man off, wading the aisles in waist-deep water to make sure all passengers were off.
The pilot did a masterful job of landing the plane in the river and then making sure that everybody got out.
New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg spoke in awe of his heroism.
I had a long conversation with the pilot. He walked the plane twice after everybody else was off and tried to verify that there was nobody else on board.
Sully was the right man with the right stuff at the right moment.
He's a pilot's pilot, and he loves the art of the airplane.
This is Sully as an Air Force Academy cadet when he was 22. He flew F-4 Phantom jets for 7 years.
This captain did an incredible job. He's a man whose hand I would like to shake someday.
This is how it looked from the pilot's point of view, recreated for Inside Edition in a flight simulator. He avoids Manhattan skyscrapers to land in the Hudson River at an estimated 140 miles per hour. Courage in the cockpit was matched with compassion in Thursday's drama. Several passengers suffered from hypothermia in the freezing temperatures. Survivor Barry Leonard told Good Morning America the pilot or co-pilot literally gave him the shirt off his back.
I actually still have it this morning. I'm not going to give it up.
Oh, what a difference a day makes. Today, Emma Sofina is safe and thankful she's alive. A professional singer from Australia, Emma was on her way to Charlotte to visit friends when the U.S. Airways jet went down.
And then next minute, bang, and I thought we'd hit a building.
You just heard the pilot, brace yourself for impact. How do you brace yourself for impact when you know your plane's about to crash?
Our cameras captured 23-year-old Bill Zuhowski being loaded into an ambulance moments after his rescue.
The impact hitting the water was just, the most tremendous impact you could imagine. I guess my head slammed into it. I lost my glasses.
Still trembling from his ordeal, Zuhowski remembers everything that happened as freezing water started flooding in.
For a second, I just thought that I was going to die right there in a plane, I was just going to drown. The water was coming up so fast in the back, I ripped all my clothes off thinking, I'd be lighter, I might have to swim. I was, completely soaking wet in my underwear.
Rescuers covered Zuhowski with blankets so he wouldn't freeze to death. The fist pump says it all as passenger Ray Mandrell realizes he has made it to safety.
That was in celebration. Everybody made it out the plane.
Mandrell was traveling with Renee Williams, a music publicist from Florida. She says she and other passengers held hands in prayer when they realized the plane was going down.
The girl next to me, she saw me and she just started shaking, and I grabbed her hand and I looked at her and I said, "Don't worry, you're gonna be okay. We've got angels protecting us."
Other survivors got emotional welcomes from their families when they finally arrived in Charlotte.
Happy to be home.
9-month-old Damian Sosa and his 4-year-old sister Sophia appeared with her parents on the Today Show. Mom Tess told how a total stranger took hold of her son and held him tightly until the moment of impact.
What would you like to say to him?
Thank you. Thank you, and thank God.
Amazing stories of survival from the miracle on the Hudson.
I looked up and I was shocked. It was a commercial airliner, and it was really low.
It happened right outside the window of Inside Edition on West 57th Street in Manhattan. Inside Edition senior producer Bob Reed and producer Sarah Rubenstein witnessed the descent of the crippled jet from a 13th floor office.
It was only a few hundred feet off the water, and I screamed to our people, my producers who work with me, get a camera, let's get to the windows, and it was just coming down in a controlled descent.
Their eyewitness accounts are making national news.
My boss yelled, there's a plane going down, and so ran to the window.
and we saw it descending.
Good Morning America host Robin Roberts was another eyewitness from the balcony of her West Side apartment.
He just slowly continued down the river, and it was almost like he used the Hudson River as his runway.
There's a plane right there, you can see it.
These are the very first images of the plane in the water, captured by our cameras moments after it plunged into the river.
I saw it hit the water. Saw it hit the water? Yeah.
You can see some passengers swimming, struggling to stay afloat in the 35-degree water temperature.
We have U.S. Airways airline jet in the water. We got numerous people on the wings of the airplane.
Within minutes, the first commuter ferry reaches the sinking jet. The rescue effort begins, and life preservers are thrown off the bow. Very soon, a flotilla of boats converge, turning what could have been a disaster into a heroic effort. Our Megan Alexander spoke to ferry captain Vincent Lucanti.
What was it like approaching the plane?
There was no explaining to somebody what to do. It just turned on like a switch. We do monthly training on man overboard, fire, water rescue, abandoned ship. We do this.
Another captain is 20-year-old Brittany Catanzaro, New York Waterways' youngest and first female captain.
Talk about those weather conditions and how urgent it was to get there quickly.
It was urgent because hypothermia sets in extremely fast, and the first thing that we all thought about was people were going to freeze to death.
The first image of the crash is posted on the blog site Twitter, even before the networks broke in with the bulletin. It was taken by ferry passenger Giannis Krooms on his iPhone.
What did you see happening at that moment?
I saw the plane there with the people outside on the rafts and on the wings, and I took a quick picture, didn't think about it, and started helping out whatever we could.
Because of our close proximity to the Hudson River, Inside Edition crews were the first to arrive at the scene.
All those ferries are packed with firemen.
We saw the first passenger to reach dry land.
My legs are soaked. If you look at my pants, man, they're frozen.
A reporter quickly handed over his coat to the shaken man.
Thanks, man.
Passengers with more serious injuries were brought to hospitals in New York and New Jersey. This man couldn't stop shivering. But like the other 155 passengers, including 5 crew members, he was safe.
When I looked back and Mike gave me the thumbs up and there was no more people in the water, on the wing, in the raft, it was okay, we're done.